Hi everybody, Chris Gibson here from chrisgibsongolf.com. In the teaching facility here at Royal Queensland, we're going to talk about a specific move in the golf swing can be misrepresented in relationship to how we start the downswing, because there's been a lot of conjecture and the difficulty, as I explained in the previous video, is that we have multiple solutions to be able to do that. So in other words, there's not just one way that's going to help you start the downswing. And each person that walks through this door, generally speaking, is delivered something slightly different, generally speaking. So, you know, if we've got elite players, in particular somebody like myself, that got told that we had to create a separation, the X factor in the downswing, and had to get that bottom half started and get it separated so much from the upper half, and consequently then we misinterpreted that, and all of a sudden we sit back here and it comes too far from the inside, and we either get a massive big block out to the right, or we square the club face up and it hooks left. So there's a myriad of different ways to do that. We know from gears, and maybe you can see behind me here up on the wall our gears system, or the gears cameras. We know from gears that there's a highly likely move from the downswing in better players, where the lead arm, in particular my left arm here, when it's parallel to the ground, that our sternum, or the top of my body, and my pelvis, it's actually in front of my pelvis when that lead arm, it then starts to move back slightly, or it changes that position as the lower half then progressively moves further forward. But that's almost a non-negotiable from our standpoint. So what does that first move look like out of the top of the backswing? It also depends on your mobility, your flexibility, so on and so forth. You know, if we've got an older person that's walking through the door, whether it be male or female, and they really struggle with that rotation to get to the top of the backswing, well then there's a chance that something's going to have to give, and we have to explain what's going to happen from there. So it's not a blanket rule. It's not something where this is it, end of story. It's a likelihood, it's a predictable move. But if we can get you turning a lot, so if I've got an older person in here and they struggle, we might have their right foot back, so they give them a bit of rotation or preset that rotation in the backswing to allow them to go around, because you cannot move to keep this still and try to turn this. I'm not going to be able to turn it too far, in particular for somebody like myself who's quite tight mid-thoracic, so I'm not going to be able to really rotate a great deal if I don't allow my lower half to go. So therefore I'm not going to be able to generate the speed that I need to. And then also I'm not going to be able to generate the speed if I maintain the flex in my right knee. I struggle to be able to rotate that way. So therefore I'm going to straighten that leg just a little to give me some internal rotation into my right hip, and then be able to rotate enough in the upper body. So in essence, it's not something that this is the only way to do it, because it's not. Each person's presented differently, which is the reason why we use all of this technology, from gears through to TrackMan, through to force plates here with Swing Catalyst and high-speed cameras. Whatever's going to make the person see where we're going and where we're headed and make it easier for them, that's all we're going to do. Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.